Hi, this is Annie Thoe, and welcome to Sensing Vitality. Today, we are going to be working with Dragonfly Vision. And I just love dragonflies for so many reasons. They are so amazing with their giant eyes that can see so well. They're considered one of the best animals on the planet for vision, and their dexterity with each wing being able to move independently. So the lesson we're going to do today will expand your peripheral vision, sharpen your vision, but it'll really help your balance. This is a simple lesson. It's abbreviated from my series working with Dragonfly Vision. So you're just going to sit flat on a chair that's fairly flat, feet flat on the ground. Let's rub your hands for a minute just to activate your hands because we're going to be using them in this lesson today. And you're going to take the little finger of your left hand and put that, I'm just going to mirror you, put that on the edge of your nose and the thumb behind your ear. Yeah. And then take the fourth finger on your eyebrow, the middle finger somewhere on the skull, maybe near the hairline, and then spread your hand so that the index finger is there. And you can kind of pulse a little bit. Looks like something from Star Trek or something like this. But you're going to hold your hands to simulate this giant eye, which in reality, the size of a dragonfly eye would be equivalent to a motorcycle helmet on your head, on each side of your head. So we're just going to do that with one hand. And you could do this lying down if you like. So it's fun to be able to do this seated because it will really perk up your eyes if you've got eye strain. Close your eyes in this lesson, and then you're going to take your other hand and lightly stroke from your little finger along the bones toward the tip of your elbow, and follow that with your eyeball as you stroke back to the little finger. And then you can wiggle that little finger a bit to stimulate the connection with the brain of your finger making a connection, and then your elbow, you're going to stroke down to the tip of your elbow and then back to the little finger. Okay. And now take the next finger. So with your other hand, stroke down that finger to the bones, follow the bone line, and then all the way to the elbow tip. And then coming back to the fourth finger and where that eyebrow line is, more or less. And now to the middle finger, wiggle that a little bit against your skull, and then stroking lightly down the finger line, feeling the bones through the wrist, and then down to the elbow. And then coming back to the middle finger. Now, this does all kinds of things as we do this, but I won't tell you what. Have you feel it first. And now touch you can push the little the index finger in the skull and stroke down to the elbow tip again. And then back to the index finger. And if you've had any kind of neurological condition, whether it's Bell's palsy or a stroke or something like this, oh my gosh, this is so powerful. Now, to get to the thumb, you have to cross over and push that thumb against the skull. It's actually called the mastoid process, but that doesn't matter. It's just this little bump behind your ear on the skull. And then coming down along toward the elbow. You have to kind of cross over the flesh of your arm and then back toward the thumb. All right. Do that a couple times and then wiggle all five fingers. Close your eyes and maybe move your elbow a little bit and maybe move your head and your fingers and elbow and then let go. Woo. Keep your eyes closed, but feel the difference between that side and the other side. All right. And then open your eyes. And it even if I look at this picture, it's like, wow, my face looks really different on that side. Okay. So now let's take your little finger, and I'm mirroring you. So this would be your right hand now. Little finger on the edge of your nose. Take the fourth finger on your eyebrow, middle finger somewhere on the skull. You spread those, and then your thumb is behind the ear where there's this bump right there on there behind the ear. Okay, let me get my fingers back. Okay, so now take your other hand, close your eyes, and stroke from the little finger to the elbow, yeah? And then coming back. So do this a number of times, stroking. And you can play with sometimes opening your eyes, but go slowly so that you feel with the finger. The idea is not how fast right now, but really creating a pathway of connection between your head and this elbow point. And this will simulate a broader vision. Now let's wiggle that fourth finger that's above the eyebrow or on the eyebrow, and then stroking from that finger to the elbow and back. You can wiggle it the whole time if that helps you. So a little room to play here. And now let's go to the middle finger of that right hand and stroking down toward the elbow tip and coming back. And now the index finger, wiggle that and stroke down toward the elbow tip and coming back. And the thumb behind the ear, wiggle that and stroking to the elbow tip. And then coming back, wiggling that thumb, elbow tip. And then all 5 fingers, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And eyes closed, you can kind of move your head around. You can touch your elbow with the other hand and move. It's very cool. And now take away that hand. Wow. And if you take your hands now and just sort of play with them, like you've got an accordion, you bring your fingers together in front of you and apart, can you see your hands on the sides of you more? Yeah. So I challenge you to get up and walk and just see how it is. Does your head feel different? Do you feel different on top of yourself? Even just sitting in the chair, is it different to sit in the chair now than it was before? And let me know how that is by writing comments. I really appreciate hearing from you. And I have many more lessons. And of course, these are on Patreon, the in-depth lessons, as well as learning about dragonflies, learning what's so amazing about them. All right. Thanks so much. Thanks for subscribing. And I will see you next time. Take care. I'm backpacking, thinking about dragonflies. And look at this beautiful resting dragonfly. I must have stepped right over it. It's just resting.